What is up, YouTube? We're going to go live today because we got a little bit to discuss over a very exciting and popular weekend as we just comes off of the heat of San Diego Comic-Con. And of course, when it comes down to discussions with comic books, movies, and stuff, got to have my guy CJ from the Three Black Geeks with me. So what's up, CJ?
What is up? What's up?
So yeah, we another year for San Diego. I'm still the rookie, and CJ is still the veteran. But yeah, it's still another year down, and we're back home. I think we got a little bit of wind under us. We're still trying to push out content. So much stuff from over the weekend. Good times for sure, but. This is going to be like a recap video. We're just going to talk about some of the good things that happened and some of the crazy things, some of the things we're scratching our heads about, all that other crazy stuff. Just our experience in total. So there's really no direction here. So just stay tuned and because we got some things to talk about. But I think right now we're talking San Diego Comic-Con. We clearly got to talk about Hall H, and we clearly got to talk about the Marvel panel. I think that's literally the hottest thing the Battle Center do, and that's Saturday, and that means that we just get Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday worth of stuff, and straight to Saturday.
To be honest and stuff, a lot of the things that were highlighted and stuff. I mean, you had, though you went to the Terminator panel, and from what I heard, Terminator panel, a lot of joking around and stuff, a lot of news. Edward Furlong coming back for the next Terminator movie.
Yeah.
They played a new trailer, which a lot of people were very high on and stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Tom Cruise popped up at the last minute to show off Top Gun Maverick movie, which looks like they're pretty much playing it very close to the chest and serious and stuff to an extent with some homages to the old and stuff. A lot of the CW stuff, you know, they were really promoting Crisis on Infinite Earths and stuff, particularly with the Arrow's Last Hurrah, which is looking to be a pretty good season.
I almost gotta disagree with you on that. This weekend was all about Batwoman. It was supposed to be a Batwoman.
Okay, so did you see episode 1?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Lucas gave me the rundown that the episode 1 they did the most for no reason and they didn't have to.
Here we go. We'll talk about this first. We'll come at the Marvel. Marvel might be the easiest thing to talk about. The big thing obviously is that Warner Brothers didn't come this year, or DC. Nonetheless, Warner Brothers
WB movie division never showed up.
Yes. So there's a huge gap from the big presence that they had last year. So the question was all going to be who was going to step up. Marvel obviously stepped up and showed out. We get it, but who else stepped up? And it's safe to say, besides Amazon, CW was in a position with the DC properties on television to really do something. And the biggest new feature is obviously Batwoman. Batwoman had the early screening there. Batwoman had all the advertisement, and even in the big hotels, it had the swag, it had everything. Batwoman had everything it needed to do. The screening didn't get a good reaction because apparently from what I'm hearing is that the reaction from the screening was so bad from the journalists that attended it, even though Warner Brothers said to keep it on hush for embargo reasons. Well, a lot of that stuff still got out. So it ended up being that the first screening happened, the second screening never happened, and then Ruby Rose never attended the panel. So the fact of the matter, even some rumors say she was filming, some rumors said that because of the bad reviews, she opted out. Nonetheless, she wasn't there on the biggest stage that she should have been. It's a pilot episode, I get it, but with a pilot episode, and it's not the first CW episode, it definitely should have been the cream of the crop. So hopefully Batwoman goes back to the boards and they get it together. But for me, the Batwoman was a failure. And as far as the CW stuff, I mean, because of time conflicts, like a lot of us didn't get to see the panels and stuff. We did the press stuff, but
I mean, I got the gist of what they had at the panels and stuff. Like I said, they, for the most part and stuff, I think Batwoman is probably the only one that's like was always going to be on the bubble. And like from what Lucas told me, for all intents and purposes,
it was forced.
Batwoman did the thing where it was like good fights, the story's okay, but they put too much like emphasis,
on the narrative,
on her sexuality. Which that's the thing. It's like my thing was like this. Okay, we know she's a woman, we know she's lesbian. The greatest thing about Sarah Lance is that show we know she's bi, and they don't never address it in a way of trying to throw it in your face.
Yeah.
We just, oh yeah, she's bi, cool, whatever, and keep it moving. Oh, who's Sarah going to sleep with this week? You know, and it's funny. It's funny and it's great, and I like it and stuff. But it's like with Batwoman, it's like, hey guys, she has a lesbian relationship, and it's like we know we got people like we know this. Can we just get to the story? Let's go. Like,
let me introduce the two people that just joined. We got Eris, another third of the Three Black Geeks, and my man
has
SCL 0320 of the infamous JBS outlet. What's up, dudes?
Yeah, what's good, y'all?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm going to put a bow on Batwoman so we can go into a fresh topic altogether. I will say this, that Batwoman, it's an hour episodes, but we know commercials tether removal makes it about 44 minutes. And in the bottom of my heart, it was a 40-minute episode with 4 minutes of CW action. Like, it just, and the narrative was so forced and so... I want to be very particular.
That's the thing. It's like the narrative didn't have to be forced.
That's the problem. That's the problem exactly. It was so forced that even in the beginning, before the movie started, the Warner Brother or CW, whoever it was, Warner Brother PR person was like, "And remember, this is the first lesbian superhero," and that was just like. You could just get on stage and let us watch this, you know. You don't have to push that, you know. You don't have to do that. So, I'm just gonna say for me, like the CW stuff is Batwoman. It didn't do it for me this week. But anyway, since you guys are all joined, we just kind of skimmed it. We're just getting started here. We just talk about some of the big things, right, that stood out for you this weekend. I think Marvel's the big one for all of us, so we can collaborate, get to that point. But let's talk about some other things that kind of stood out to you. So I'll start with you, Eris. What was something that just was just a really, and it don't have to be a panel. It could just be anything. It could be activations, whatever. You already
know what he's going to talk about, but I'll let him go.
Well, I had quite a few, actually. Number one, I got not one, but not two, not three, not four, but 5 hallway picks with the Walking Dead cast members. Hey, look, I was going for 2, got and walked out with 5. All happiness.
That's cool.
The other thing, the other hype moment for me was CJ, who like what turned out to be a quick trip of, hey, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, was him running back and telling me, hey dude, trying to get a picture of Linda Hamilton. I'm like, CJ, where are you getting this information from? Like, what are you talking about? It's like, go upstairs to Sapphire. So, like Sapphire, she's in this room, yada yada. They doing the Terminator thing. I was like, what? I grabbed my stuff. I hit a Phenom because Phenom was trying to tell, like, he told me he was trying to get a picture of Linda Hamilton at the panel, and I guess he didn't like the shot that he had, so he wanted another chance. So I ran and told him, like, just once. I said, bruh, Sapphire room, go. I ran upstairs, and I got the picture of Linda Hamilton. No Arnold, but
yeah, Arnold didn't make it. He was a little weak on the legs, I heard. Yeah, and it's okay though, man. My man Arnold has had a really interesting year with any type of physicality, so we'll give him a pass.
Yeah, I let that go for him. But I was happy to get Linda Hamilton.
But you, Sam, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, so just to give you guys context, I wasn't there. I was living vicariously.
Sam was living his life back remote.
He teleworked for Comic-Con.
Legit, no, like no bull. Like I legit was like the plug. I was in the Matrix, whatever you want to call it. I was the source, and so I think my biggest thing that I really enjoyed was just really watching you guys. I know it sounds really sappy and cheesy, but when I hear different stories from like Lucas and like Demetrius, just his whole story with like his Black He-Man situation and getting up and getting that plug and him getting into like the WB party and then like him after the fact, like legit, like taking it all in and just like literally breaking down. Is like, this is a moment of a lifetime for him. Watching Lucas like just go and just riff and go, man. I was really surprised like how many different panels like he was willing to do, his willingness to go, and like he he went to some of everything, and I haven't even got any of his content really. But at the same time, like, I mean, I think that as a team, everybody coordinated so well that you guys would drop something in, and I would just go and like, all right, I'm gonna make this thumbnail, I'm gonna post it up, and we're gonna go ahead and keep it moving. And these guys were like a unit, and the epicenter of that. And I'm gonna give you the praise, Nigeria. Like, it's all on this man. Like he went as a lead and like took it underneath his belt from jump. Like for months out, we went and started sending emails out. And then for the last 2 weeks, like we've been like pushing it, doing whatever we could, collaborating with whoever we had to. And I mean, I got to give credit where credit's due. Like none of this would have been possible if Nigeria hadn't been there. Like for real. And so I'm just really appreciative, and it really rejuvenates me, like thinking about next year, because now I'm like, man, like you guys can run it. And at the same time, I'm praying and hoping like we get more people that we can be able to add on to the outlet, so that like I can go into the press room and just start pushing stuff. Like we can like redirect things. And I mean, even like looking at you guys at the Marvel panel, like I was like, they are having a ball. And as much as I would have loved to have been there, it really was like exciting to me, even being on the sidelines. Like, I don't know if y'all saw my video, but like I was sitting there looking at Twitter feeds, not even from you guys, and I just kirked out. Like when they had Mahershala, man, like as Blade, I was gone. Like I was so done. But there was so many other different panels. There was one that I really wanted to go to, the Steven Universe joint. Luckily, the week before we got to actually interview Estelle anyway, because they didn't have any kind of interviews, but it was some really dope stuff there. But I mean, all in all, just all of it, man. Like I just had to kind of absorb it all. But it was just weird doing it from the sidelines. And I know CJ, you're going to be kind of doing it next year. But it works, man. You can make it work to your betterment for the team.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm sorry. I had one. There was one more thing I wanted to throw in there. This is not a personal one.
Damn, Aris, can I have one? I'm just playing.
You can have. No, hold on. You can have one. You can definitely have one, Nigel. But no, I wanted to mention, because I completely forgot to mention. While the other ones were personal ones, this is more of a group one that I wanted to mention. Is the fact that all of us participated in making history at that Dragon Ball event.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah, that was fun, dude.
That's what that's my background. I was literally looking at that. Probably would have been my thing, but considering that I didn't get my turn, so I'll just let that pass.
I mean, look, I put that video up on our Instagram. People can go to our IG, 3 Black Geeks, and I put that video up on our IG.
CJ with the plug though.
Because I am a media whore for us easily.
I'm out.
It's on our IG, and it's right there. You'll see me, my behind, and fucking DJ Stu right at the end, right there.
That's cool and all. Anyway, 2 persons down for Sean Schimmel was this guy right here, and also I brought some memorabilia back because I'm that guy. So I just want to let you know that was happening. But look. First of all, Sam, I feel like I just watched the Mr. Rogers trailer, so I appreciate the kind words. But that was like, I was like, man, we about to end the feed right now because you trying to make people emotional.
I don't know why y'all emotional. But, I mean, look, I watched it. Look,
wait, if you ain't have emotion for Mr. Rogers, you on mute for 5 minutes, sir.
I had emotions for the documentary.
Yeah, so all right, so same day. At this point, this movie is the documentary.
Yeah, you got to do that. Documentary is dope, but.
So, hold on, let me bring up my one highlight real quick. I gotta give a shout out to the people at the FS Network. I mean, the activation that they had was absolutely amazing. The customer service, the PR people, the team, and everything like that. As far as us going as press, they legit treated us as press. And what I mean by that is that our credentials was our credentials, and if there was a mix-up, they looked at emails and they said, "Okay, no problem, we'll take care of it." That's. It sounds like a custom thing. It sounds like you have a press pass, you have a golden ticket, but there is some challenges.
It's not.
And I really do appreciate what the FX people did as far as with the team and everything. The activation was crazy. The whole ensemble, the ambiance about the presentation that they had of all their shows for you actually did the activation. The fact that they themed their activation at the right time. They said you need to be here at 8 p.m. because that's when you get the best show for this. And I was just like, I thought that was weird because every other activation was doing AM calls. This is 8 p.m. and it was amazing. And we got a free cocktail hour. We got a lot of video little things that you can do that created just for you. We got this little interactive American Horror Story horror thing that was like creepy as hell. And then also too, I got because I'm looking at this baby right here. I got this nice little big swaggy bag right here that I made sure no matter what, it was gonna get on that plane and get home. And they gave me some good old nice man. Look at this.
Man, I was so jealous when I saw Lucas with his.
So nice. I'm thoroughly pleased.
What is it?
Dude, I got a lunchbox. Oh, this is I'm straight to work with this lunchbox. I got
Are those some pills? Are those pills?
Fake pills.
Yeah, they
fake pills. They ain't the real thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they're distributing drugs.
I was about to say
there may be some sweethearts up in there. Shoot.
I mean, on the news, FX is having a lawsuit for minors with drugs.
I was about to say FX was giving everybody prescriptions.
Yeah. So anyway, let's talk about a little about the panels that we saw.
Time out real quick. Shout outs to Lachelle Sargent. She set up the Blurred and Bougie party on Warner Brothers boat. Fun times. Saw a lot of folks. Saw Mike. Pretty much anybody black was on the boat.
You said Mike Coulter.
Yeah, Mike Coulter.
He was there.
I
got a picture with him.
Mike Coulter was on the boat. Old Spice Dude was on the boat. Painkiller was the rapper. Painkiller was on the boat.
now you see my pills. Now you can think about drugs.
Yeah. But it was fun. They gave us a nice little swag bag that came complete with this little bad boy here.
Yep, I got mine.
What is that?
It's actually a
power bank.
Oh snap! That's dope.
Yeah, this is a Dream in Black.
Nice.
Yeah, I would have loved to have been on that giant.
Yeah. So it was actually pretty dope and stuff. Also,
it came in a box just like this. Yep. Go ahead, CJ.
Also, me, Niger, D. We got some special shirts from the Dragon Ball thing. I forgot
about that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dragon Ball definitely.
The Piccolo one was definitely worth it. I know Niger managed to sneak out with 2, which I was jealous for a bit.
Excuse me, sir. Are you the feds over there?
Funimation's gonna search you out. I mean, come on. First off, the dude dropped.
I don't know, man.
First off,
YouTube,
no. See, it's not the feds because it's not like Niger sneaked it. The dude dropped the box in the middle of it and just said, "Hey, go ahead." So the game was the game at that point. So I'm only jealous of the fact that I didn't think to get 2 and because my dumb behind was like, 1, and I was like, I should have got 2.
Well, since we're snitching, the lady next to me had all 3 shirts, and yes, all 3. You're like 3? Yeah, there was a freezer shirt that only apparently was like 3 of them out there. So
I mean, I just
didn't know about that. I did not know there was a freezer shirt.
I mean, I did snitch on myself on a previous podcast I recorded before this with Prime, wherein I managed to jump ahead of a lot of people for the Hasbro line to get my Power Ranger little figure and stuff. Because
I will take I'll take that blame as being the source of inspiration for CJ for doing that.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Look, I'm not standing in overflow lines and waiting hours just to fuck that. Nope. Bad interview.
Because CJ, you remember I did the same thing when they were doing the Transformers movie poster.
Oh yeah, that poster was pretty bomb. It was free, but let's get to the panels.
Let's I'm gonna shift it even a little bit different. Let's talk about our biggest news that came from out of this weekend, and I will start with Sam on that one. What's the biggest thing that really got you? And again, we're going to tackle Marvel collectively at the end. But what was the biggest news that you heard?
Yeah, non-Marvel.
Yeah, non-Marvel. Yes,
anything but Marvel. What you saying?
The Marvel Hall H panel will be the last topic of this stream.
Okay, because I sure enough was about to be slicing and dicing and vampiring. I think it was an interesting surprise with your boy Tom Cruise showing up for the Top Gun Maverick. Because the way that Lucas kind of explained it to me, it was kind of like they were doing the Paramount joint, and then all of a sudden they just kind of like surprised everybody out of nowhere. Came out with a dope trailer, and he just kind of showed up on the scene. I thought that was actually really dope because I didn't even put 2 and 2 together that they were going to even do any kind of presentation for it. Yeah. I think the other big thing would be It Chapter 2. I really wanted to go to Scare Diego. If anything, I wanted to go to like rough road, be that Scare Diego because to have the whole entire cast there, and then them showing that trailer, I was like, they are going for it, and like I am all the way behind what they're gonna be doing with that movie. But besides that, I mean, man, I really just want to talk about the Marvel joint. So I'm keeping my mouth shut.
I mean, to tell you the truth, but to tell you the truth, Sam, the thing about San Diego is it's impossible to see everything.
Yeah, that's why
you have to kind of get stuff. You have to kind of get stuff secondhand. Like I would probably say for me, I would probably say the surprise was twofold. One, seeing Demetrius kind of confirm the fact that Marvel video game is actually really good. Because lead up to that video game, especially out of E3, was it ain't looking so hot, guys. And then like,
I agree.
And then after he came out the panel, he's like, no, that game is actually really good, and it's actually legit co-op. And I was like, okay.
I was actually surprised by that too.
I was like, all right, awesome, great. And that was a surprise for me more than anything else, outside of also playing the Switch Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Great game. I still need to buy a Switch, so there's that. And
dang, I could have sold you mine. You should have told me you want one.
Yeah, and also I'm gonna let Eris take over this because it was a big Walking Dead moment, so I'm gonna let him take this one.
Oh wait a minute. I'm not letting him have that. First of all, I'm kind of lying because Eris already banned out the first one. No, for sure for me was definitely the Walking Dead. With the fact that the movie with Rick is not going to be AMC premiere exclusive. That it will be a movie exclusive. And I think it's
Universal Pictures.
By Universal. And I think and I get it. But in the way in the fold of how media is shaping, you think you want to push something towards your app to get sales. I mean, you would have the Walking Dead movies. I think they're saying they were going to do 3 from what I last heard. We know one's 3. We know one's going to be featuring Rick, who's the biggest star in The Walking Dead. So you know you got something to make there. Maybe Maggie gets her own show.
Michonne.
Okay, and Michonne. Okay, so let's just say the 3 of them were going to get their own movie. Those are the 3 big names. So that's cool. That's enough to be like, I really love the franchise. I'm going to get the app for that. Then you got the new show that's coming out. Will the new show be exclusive on the app? Maybe, maybe not. Will all the shorts that they do on YouTube and between episodes, do they put that on that? Sure, sure not. So there's a lot of creative factors that they can do. They can put the comic book library on there if they want it. It's so many possibilities. And then you double down with the fact that Breaking Bad is going to have a movie. So you legit have enough content to say like, oh, the AMC premiere, and you can live stream TV from it too. You can live stream the AMC channel from it. So legit, if you're a fan of what AMC provides as far as all the shows, it's a good buy. It's legit a good buy. Yeah. But when you take maybe your hottest property and say it's going to be in the movies, I'm like, wait, what? That is so backwards. And I will say to their defense, though, if you look at what Adam Sandler Murder Mystery did on Netflix, they probably thinking like, well, that movie did do like a billion streams, so we can take this, probably triple that, and actually make some real movie theater money off of it. So I could probably see that. But I mean, like, I was really legit thinking that this AMC Premiere app, to really get it off the ground, this is exactly how you do it. And I was just thoroughly surprised that they're not going that route.
Oh yeah, I did have one other thing though. This was kind of like secondhand news, but it did happen at San Diego Comic-Con. I think the reason why they didn't is because one of the crew members actually died during the filming of the show, and I'm talking about Titans season 2. I guess they showed some kind of footage or some kind of trailer somewhat, but the pictures and stuff is already leaked out. But either way, the fact is that they greenlit oh my gosh, how did I forget their name?
Doom Patrol for the HBO Max.
They greenlit Doom Patrol, exactly, season 2 with a collaboration with the HBO Max, which confirms what we all were talking about, which was the HBO Max was going to have the DC Universe titles and originals at least, which is really cool because now, like, all right, I can go with this HBO Max. And I thought that was really good. The other thing they greenlit was Young Justice season 4. The only thing they didn't confirm daggone was Swamp Thing. So I was really happy about them actually doing something, but it really kind of was like a backhanded compliment because they didn't really have an actual panel to show any of it. It just kind of like came out from somebody like, oh wow, yeah, this happened. And I don't know.
I'm sorry, Swamp Thing must have smacked somebody's mom because, like, besides the posters, there was no merch. There was nothing Swamp Thing.
You know what it was?
Zero.
You know what it was? Swamp Thing was buyer's remorse, but it was like the dumbest decision of buyer's remorse because it's not like you had a bad product. The fucking show was really good. So it's like, but now you're position. Now you're basically saying, oh yeah, we want to do a movie now. I'm like, you should have did it from jump then if you really were feeling that way. Like why, but whatever. That's a different conversation. I'm not even gonna.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is that Slade from Titans, I ain't feeling it. That's all I'm saying.
I need to see it in action because I didn't see the footage. I just saw the picture.
You look like Deadshot. You look like Deadshot.
Yeah.
I'm like, why did he have a glowing eye here? Like that's supposed to be his real eye. No, that.
I don't know. I need to see everything in action because I felt the same way initially about Robin's suit, but then when I saw the show,
I don't know why you felt
I didn't have any problem with
because that thing looked legit good anyways.
Oh, it definitely did. I had no fear.
There was no doubt on that one. It was just the other things about season one, but whatever. Again, that's a rant for another day and stuff. So
I gotta go back to that Walking Dead panel. That season 10 trailer.
Man, what the world they doing?
Ezekiel and Michonne.
Man, get out of here with that trash.
Black love.
That is black love. I will not let you badmouth that. They stick it to the source material. Shout outs to Angela Kang for doing the thing. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh. But it's like, I mean, I get it, but it's not gonna last though.
Like you can't say source material when the show hasn't been source material since like season 3. Barely.
Okay, look. First of all,
hey, what a reach.
It's not gonna last. It's just not. Like it's not.
Okay, look, Sam. If there's anything I know about Walking Dead, nothing lasts. Okay.
But I'm saying that she's literally leaving after this season. She announced that she's confirmed she's gone.
Yeah, I know.
So it's kind of like
I'm not even tripping about that. Again, at the same time, while I am praising the times that they do stick to the source material, if anything, they stick to the source material for key points. Key points in the comics, they stick to it.
Well, I mean, there's literally so many key points that we could talk about that The Walking Dead has to follow up on. And like at this point now, if this is happening, it's because of the grammar screen of what they're going to do television-wise. The comments are done, source material is done, and the hopes of source material for this is done. More or less the reason why people need to be watching Fear the Walking Dead because it's just organic as it is, and it's great.
And I'm all for it. Trust me, I'm all for Fear. Like I was watching Fear back when everybody was bad mouthing it. Everybody was like, oh man, like what's the point of watching Fear? Like I'd rather watch the original Walking Dead. And I'm like, I'm telling everybody, Fear is good. Fear's a good show. Just watch it.
See, it's sad. Like the thing is about Fear. Like I initially was on that same exact tip too, and then they killed my man Travis. And then I quit, bro. Like I legit.
I still don't think Travis is dead. That's the crazy thing.
Wait, what?
I still don't think Travis is dead.
I don't know. I don't know, Naja. That's quite a drop.
Yeah, but also I've seen a lot of other drops and people mysteriously come back from big drops. I still do not think Travis is dead. That's the crazy thing. Hell, they done crashed in the helicopter like twice already. So at this point, I still don't think Travis is dead.
You ain't lying. We have seen people cheat death. Like I'm sorry. I've seen people like do fake out deaths worse than Glenn.
Yeah.
There it is.
And it's always been in Fear. Fear has probably had like better fake out deaths than any other show.
Yeah, I mean, probably after he gets done filming like the 5th Avatar movie, he might come back if they keep going. I mean, he might, because he's filming on the 5th Avatar movie.
Yeah, and this stardom is only getting bigger. So wait, 5th? Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, you sure not 4th? It doesn't matter because James Cameron in the beginning of the Terminator panel was like, I'm doing Avatar 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and blah 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 blah. He went full blown James Cameron on himself. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I ain't never seen a guy mark out for himself the way he did. Like, could the real James Cameron please stand up? Like, I was thoroughly confused with that. So we talked about news, which kind of encompasses panels and stuff like that. Let's talk a little bit about some of the free merch and stuff that we got. Or did we kind of cover that?
Yeah, we covered that with the Dragon Ball, power bank.
Yeah, typical stuff.
Oh. Me and Sue, we did an interview with the what's it, Earth Entertainment guys?
You mean Factory Entertainment?
Factory Entertainment guys, and they hit us up with 2 not Pop Funkos, but little mini Funko, mini like Funko,
like little minifigures.
Minifigures.
Nice.
One with Chucky, one Chucky, which Sue has, and one Aquaman, which we're giving it to D. And then I'm also keeping the Star Trek phaser thing. It's kind of like one of those things you put on your desk and stuff. Kind of like a little mini small little thing and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't you got that? Don't you got it with you, CJ?
Yeah. My bag is too far. I don't feel like getting up.
That's terrible.
Oh yeah, and Niger got the Black Widow hat, which is going for $110 on eBay, and I'm like, wow,
good gosh,
really desperate to sell that shit. But I ain't tripping because I got a Marvel Studios hat, and I'm fine.
Yep, I still got my Marvel. And
I gave mine away.
Oh man, ask you guys, man. I don't know, man. I thought y'all was never gonna bring up Black Widow.
Hey CJ,
all I'm saying is,
hey CJ, don't forget we also got the
I thought y'all was never gonna bring up Black Widow.
Oh,
how'd you get that giant?
Wait, hold on, CJ. Remember, we still got those Incredibles 2 hats from the Rotten Tomatoes party from last year.
That is true, and also these awesome Spider-Man Far From Home backpacks.
And the Captain America Hydra pins.
Yeah, they did give us those. It's pretty dope. But anyways,
yeah.
So my hat is worth how much?
I'm gonna be real about this, right? If you spend $110 on that fucking hat, you're an idiot.
No, you're not. You're my best friend. That's what you are. Hit me up. 105. I'll take the.
Like, my thing was like, that's something that I would keep as a memento for myself. Like, I couldn't sell it, to be honest. That's just me, because I just feel that it marks something important and stuff, So that's just me, but I get why people are doing it, but I just don't see anybody going out there to get it and stuff. So, I saw some people selling it for 20, which makes sense and stuff, but a lot of people are marking it up, and I'm like, you're not going to get 110 for that hat. I don't care.
Yeah, it's the hype beast. I mean, look, the Deadpool seat covers was on sale last year, so
y'all saw that, right? Oh, side note, the Hasbro exclusive Green Ranger Tommy scooter sold out
with the quickness.
Wait, that's the one that you wanted, right?
No, no, hell no. No. I got my red collection, but I was just putting it out there. I was shocked that scooter sold out the way it did. But I think we've been beating around the bush enough. I guess we could talk about Marvel Hall H.
No, we're not there yet. We still got a little bit more. We're almost there. We're almost there.
Let's just, man, you can't be teasing people like that.
Nah, we're almost there. We're almost there.
I was just about to say, shout outs to Quentin Tarantino over here trying to show the ending. Then play back.
Nah, it's an overall discussion, not just the Marvel panel. The Marvel's panel we can probably do an hour or so, but we'll keep this all to an hour. But any highlights from the press work or anything you guys want to mention? Actually, I'll just start off by saying that the people at Amazon, you guys killed it this year. Although you had just well, I ain't gonna say they had a really solid presence with Undone, with
The Boys.
Oh, and they did. You get that email?
No, which I'll read right now. With The Boys, with Carnival Row, with the big activation on the block at MLK and One. I mean, when you're on that block, you gotta do your thing. Also, considering that Jack Ryan was like crazy tight last year, with the helicopter, the VR experience, they had to come back harder. So. Amazon, you guys definitely rock for sure, and that's a big shout out to them.
Don't forget the Expanse.
Spence, yes. Oh, that's the first thing I did actually was the Spence. Yep. That was pretty cool too. Also, shout out to the person who tried to give me a tattoo when I was getting it. She said my skin was soft and the tattoo will not stay. That made my day.
Wait, what?
I mean, you know,
I got mine.
She said, do you have lotion on or something? Because like your skin is so soft and like the tattoo won't stay. I said, look, I don't know what you're trying to do, but like, say no more.
I mean,
I still got mine. I still got my tattoo. It's still on.
I mean, if you talk highlights from the press room, Kari Payton, more than anything else, and that interview is gonna probably go up soon too as well. I joke with them about how in Young Justice he was doing a lot of voice, and one of them being Bumblebee's kid, and he voiced a little baby. And we had a funny time because he was like, "Yeah, I didn't plan on doing the voice of the baby," but they was like, "Yeah, can you do the voice of the baby? Sure, why not?" You know, he didn't even have to change his voice. It's like, "That's the baby." That and also The Boys, because I was not, to be honest with you, I was not expecting it to get The Boys, and seeing Sue be able to get a surprise answer from Laz Lonzo about a particular stunt in Fast and Furious. I was just like, wow, that's
don't even spoil it. Just go ahead and direct them to your interview, which is a really good thing. It's a really good interview for sure.
Kind of wish that we got Carl Urban, but
yeah,
it is what it is. I got a picture though, so shout out to them.
And I will say this again for the Amazon people. I am thoroughly impressed that you guys conducted both The Boys and Carnival Row in the same room, made sure they made it to the press conferences, made it to the press lines. They went to their full obligation that they had to do. They made it to the panel. Like, they were working. And although everybody couldn't get everybody was pleased. I don't think no one was legit like, oh, man, like, this sucked. Like, they handled it great.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. So, like, yeah. While we didn't get every star, we still got top tier star. Other people got top tier star. It actually feels like when somebody was telling me in the room how Hobbs and Shaw did their press, where some people were there and some people were there, and they kept them in two separate locations, and everybody didn't get everybody, but nonetheless, you both still got top tier people. So I really can't say enough. Like, Amazon for sure was like A1 this weekend.
Yeah. Also, shout out to my man that runs the WB press rooms, because that dude got shit on point. It's like,
my man Gary.
Who'd you get?
Gary.
Yeah, Gary.
Yes. Gary is a goat.
Blah blah blah.
Gary is a goat.
We'll get over here in a second. You know.
Yep.
Hey,
He delegated it like no other. If somebody missed the table, he said, "You got him for 1 minute." 1 minute is better than zero, or 1 minute is better than no explanation.
Exactly.
So
you get 2 questions. All right, you got 2. All right.
Yeah. He did that. He.
I would say between Gary and Lachelle, those two are like boom, like they stay on point.
Yeah.
Easily on that one and stuff. Like I said, again, shout out to the Terminator folks for not checking people to see if they belong in there.
Sir. You guys, wild, man.
Shout out to them. You know, what are you gonna do with? We're gonna check people now.
Hey, look, man.
The way how YouTube videos be getting flagged for the craziest thing, bro. I got a video flag from a panel from a song that was played on the panel. I'm like, how the hell they even hear that? It's so like the way how YouTube analysts be working there, man. He's just got coast with your espionage.
Also, I would say this: shout outs for being impressed in the fact that San Diego, more than anything this weekend, they did kind of help out press and stuff. There was some slight moments where I'm just like, you guys suck, but for the majority of it, it was like, all right. We're good. So yeah.
I can point out like one particular scenario for CJ. So, and this goes out to everybody that does press. If you ever have an appointment with a vendor inside the dealer's room and they want you to meet them at 5 o'clock. Let's just say 5 o'clock. Knowing that the door ain't supposed to open until 6, they want you to come. They want you to come in an hour early to interview them while they already have their stuff set up, right? For the love of God, get a direct phone number from them, because security is going to stop you. You can show them the email. It can say it's confirmed. It does not matter. None of that matters. You got to contact somebody that's either an exhibitor or a quote unquote professional, have them come out of the dealer's room, grab you, and say, they're with us.
Yeah.
And you go in. Because they can't say nothing after that.
Also, too, as a pro tip, I think we can all agree on this. If you're doing press, know the material that you're doing. Don't just do it because, oh my God, I want to meet this person. Like, know the material, know your limits. That is something that, and I enjoyed. Me and Lucas had long talks in between there, and we were talking about this. And Lucas was like, "Yeah, I know about this show, but I'm not doing press for this show because I know nothing about it. There's no point in me doing this." And stuff.
Yeah, I gotta say, the people that's like hell sprung on like I'm doing press line, no matter if they know it or not. You guys are courageous. I'm sorry, you need to hit that round table if you know zero. And I'll be honest, I ain't the perfect, but like when it comes down to like voice actors, I may not know that person, but at least know that character. I'm going in 50% for something. I'm damn sure not shooting in the dark. So
and then that's kind of makes me sad because I'm just like, yeah, like Lucas said, you know, guy conglomerate, which we kind of sort of did, you know.
Yeah,
so.
no, that's for sure. And I think a lot of conversation we had some on ourselves off air is like collaboratively. We make sure there's an effort to make sure that we can help each other in some standpoint. I've asked CJ plenty of times for somebody got to me, who is that person? So at least I know the character to that person's face. And you know, with animation, I used to watch cartoons because I liked it. Now that you're kind of in this gist, you kind of like, well, now I need to kind of like stream what some of these people have done in different things together and now putting a face to it because these voice actors are here for years. I mean, we're talking about the 20th anniversary of Batman Beyond, and these people still doing work to these days. So, and that is being remastered. Who knows if they're doing some remaster? I didn't get to do the Batman Beyond press room, so I don't know if they talked about having to reshoot anything or refilm anything, re-record.
There's no re-recording or anything. It's just kind of like a gun to wing thing where they just, you know, up the, you know, the look of the actual show on Blu-ray. And I believe if anything, they probably added some bonus like commentating, you know, like kind of retrospective of 20th anniversary stuff. But I mean, look, the box set for the Batman Beyond thing looks dope as hell.
I'm buying that one for real. I got about that one.
It's like the Batman animated series. I think, Sue, did you get a chance to look at what it looked like last year?
Yeah, I saw what it looked like. I got a picture of it.
Yeah, it looked dope as hell last year and stuff. So, and the funny thing is, this was what the 80th birthday.
Yeah, it's the 80th. It's Batman's 80th birthday.
Popeye's 65th apparently too as well. So, put that out there. Not the chicken place, but the.
So that means, that means if it's Batman's 80th, and that means it's Wonder Woman's and Superman, because if I'm not mistaken, 2016
last year, I believe.
Superman, it was last year. That's what I'm saying. All three of them are like roughly around the same time.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's definitely Batman heavy. Batman Hush premiered and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just remembered the Black Lightning thing. Going back to the Blurred and Bougie party that we was at. Shout outs to CJ for
what? Who's CJ? Because if it's a CJ on the show,
it's CJ on this show.
I definitely got questions.
It's CJ on this show.
All right, cool.
Shout outs to
giving shout outs to people on the show now.
I got to give a shout out to CJ because CJ and our boy Beast Boy Greg
Sipes.
Yep. Both of them did the kid and play dance on the dance floor.
Oh, that's awesome. There's no video, then it didn't happen.
There was no video.
No video didn't happen.
Because it didn't happen, so we're just going to
I was a witness to it, and I caught the tail end of it. Just like there was no video of me dancing with Dr. Lynn. Sad times.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
he did dance with her for a hot second and stuff. But what was
snap.
What was funny about that is everybody's lecture sliding to Beyonce's Before I Let Go.
Oh, okay, and that's it.
I sat there very saddened by that. I was like, that happened, and I'm just like, wow, this. But hey, shout out to them playing go-go at the end of the party.
Shut up, bro.
Yeah,
yep. DJ D Nice.
DJ D Nice is playing go-go, man. I was like, yes, finally.
Because I was gonna say, like, wasn't D Nice at BlurCon?
No, this is a different one.
Okay.
Yeah, different one. But Estelle was there too, though. So.
Yeah. Oh, where she was there?
Yeah, she was there.
Just FYI, why I didn't make it to the party. When I started walking down the hill, the longest train in San Diego history came through, And I was like, oh, that joint was forever. Like it was literally from when I talked to Eris on the phone to when Eris said, where are you doing? I was like, nah, I went back to the party. The train was still going. So I went to the Elevate. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's tricky wordplay, but they held 3 themed parties, after parties. One being the Stranger Things one being the Guardians of the Galaxy one, and one being the Ready Player One. And it was awesome. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. people wrote, the whole cast of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. wrote in there. DMC, Daryl from Rum DNC, he DJ'd and had a concert in there one night. It was dope. The VIP, they gave us access to VIP. We was able to shoot film. We had a red carpet event. Really, really, really dope stuff. I actually got to get some of that footage out too. But yeah, that was dope. And it was at what's the name of that nightclub? Flux nightclub out there. And a lot of people from San Diego was like, oh, Flux is always jumping. So had a really good time, and they definitely took care of the press people for that as well too. So yeah, nightlife was good, man. Nightlife was good.
Pretty dope.
You know what? I'm making a note to myself. I gotta attend more parties.
You crazy? Man, I went to those 3 parties Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I was just done. I was.
I'd have been fine with that. I'd have been fine with that because no, seriously, Nigel, I'd have been fine with that if I could do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'd have been cool. But I think it was only just the Blurred and Bougie party, and I don't think there was any other party I attended.
The other parties, there was the BuzzFeed, there was the I think Rotten Tomatoes had one. I know IMDb did another one. There was there was the Entertainment Weekly that I didn't get into.
Okay, I got a story for you about
that. And
then
the Nat Geo had one as well too. So those ones at least I know about. So but you know, the parties are parties. Like I don't think none, like, well, y'all party sound like it was definitely jumping, but I don't think no party was like really exceeding like all expectations. However, I did see what's his name that plays Flash from Spider-Man was at the Entertainment Weekly party acting like Spider-Man, like jumping on trees and stuff like that.
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
so fun times.
Now, because I had an interesting story about the Entertainment Weekly. I almost got in.
What, to the party?
Video or it didn't happen?
Dude, I couldn't get in. Like
yes, all of us. Even the emails was like, no, sir, you're not getting in there.
Well, you tried to get in.
No. Because like while everybody else was going through this avenue and this avenue, I was with 2 people, the 2 reps from BET, and about I think it was like 3 or 4 other people that was representing Shutterbox, I believe it was. And the 3 of them got in, but me and the 2 BET reps couldn't get in. They tried to get it. Like you tried to basically try to finesse our way in. Wasn't happening. It wouldn't happen because of overcapacity, but I really think that I really believe that the real reason they wouldn't let nobody in was because of this. You know.
I mean, I wasn't gonna go there, but you're right.
Because first of all, I'm definitely gonna go there because then there were some other women of another ethnicity, not black, from TED Talks. Gorgeous women, by the way.
Here you go. Here you go. Burn the bridge.
They got turned away too. They were the ones who pointed out.
Oh, then you messed up your own narrative. All right, I think we're ready to let 2-time Emmy Award winner walk across the stage real quick, so Sam can mark out real fast. So let's talk about the Hall H stuff real quick. So Hall H was a clusterfuck this year, and the reason why that's the case because not only for press but for regular people as well too. I heard there was like a lot of issues with people being able to line up the way they used to in the past. People happen to circle around where the Joe's Crab Shack is at in order for them to line up at a certain time. So a lot of new guidance, a lot of new stipulations. I can speak directly, obviously, for press pit, maximum capacity of 20 people. If you had to leave the press pit to go to the bathroom, you were removed from the press pit. If you were in the press pit after a panel, you were removed after that panel. and typically you can wait. You can just go into the press. You waiting in the line outside in the heat, so press had to wait legit to get in there as well too. But Saturday was the big day because of Marvel Studios, so a lot of people from press got there early to line up to get in there, and I got there around like 8 or something. And all I know is that,
You were in there all day.
No. What time did I get there for the line? I was there at 8 a.m.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah. So about 6 person in line. I was with Brandon from Movers and Shakers, and all I know, we just waiting, and Brandon goes to charge his phone. And I can't think of her name right now. It's probably jumped to me in a second, but the lady who runs Hall H pretty much.
Black lady.
Yep. She comes out to the door. If you say anything bad about her, I'm muting you because she's a sweetheart.
I'm saying shout out to her because she's just like fucking
She's
Gary.
the plug.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's the plug.
Gary. She's just like Gary. You cooperate with her, she might get you in.
Yeah.
It's true.
She came outside, and all I know is she took one step out that door, and she like bust through that door. She was like, press, go. And people got up and ran, jolted inside. And remember, you had the option going into the press pit. You had the option of going into the press wall, or you had the option of taking a seat. So while we were sitting outside, it didn't really dawn on us that we were going to be like the first people in the room. So once we got in the room, and I'd never been to Hall H empty. I was the 6th person in Hall H, and I sat in the middle of the front row, and it just was on and popping there. Some of the people from the general attendees were not happy about that, and they were doing a lot of that, and Demetrius was like not having none of that. So because we listened to the rules, we did what we was supposed to do, what we were told to do. So like
moaning as per usual is like tough shit.
Yeah, I wasn't getting up on my seat for sure. I was ignoring them, but I was like, I listened to what was told, and that's what was at. So we got good seats, and then it was just on and popping. Hall H got down, but fast forward past Westworld, fast forward past Entertainment Weekly, Women Who Kick Ass, Picard, the CBS access of Star Trek stuff, which was amazing. I can't believe we didn't mention the Star Trek stuff. That's a Star Wars Star Trek stuff that happened was absolutely amazing. Patrick Stewart being back in Picard is absolutely mind blowing. I mean, it was chill seeing that guy in the Hall H. But man, it couldn't get more crazier because man, the Marvel panel. I mean,
let's be real.
What a ride. What a ride.
San Diego was missing them last year because as much as the Warner Brothers thing was rocking the house, I will wholeheartedly admit it, that Warner Brothers thing was dope, including the Godzilla footage. Like, people were losing their fucking minds.
And the interactiveness, too. Like,
the
wall and the little wristbands.
This guy being one of them.
So this was dope because, so me, Sue, and Lucas, we lucked out and got on the press wall, which I was like, thank God, because I was not going to sit there and stand in line, because if we stood in line, we would not have been able to get in. I know for a fact we wouldn't have been able to get in. No. So
that's why I was telling you guys, when you come in there, ask for the wall, because I seen, matter of fact, when before y'all even got in there, no one was in the press pit, and I was like, where did everybody go? And that's when I found out. I was like, oh, yeah, they kicked everybody out.
Yeah, they kept everybody out during the Women Who Kick Ass portion because that section was completely empty. And I had asked one of the security, I said, what's going on with the press pit? Like, how come nobody's in there? And they said, oh, they're reserving it for the press that's waiting outside for Marvel, which is next. And I said, okay, makes sense. So then I had to go for an alternative, and I picked the spot on the wall that was still available. And by the time CJ and Lucas got in, I had probably the best spot that I can get.
Yeah. I mean,
what I wasn't anticipating was the amount of bodyguards that was going to come right in and completely block where we were standing. So I had to go on. I had to go full recon finesse mode. I was just like maneuvering around all of Hall H, trying to find spots. As long as I'm not sitting, I can be in the aisle and take pictures. So I was in that joint pulling the Kaepernick, man. I was taking knees like every single time.
Yeah. I mean, but like once that Marvel thing started and Feige came out there, it was just back to back to back announcements, actors, just everything happening. It was
that's my point too. Like there was legit amazing pacing for that panel. Like it was not 1 second for you to be bored. And it was 10 things on slate for phase 4. And it went one after another. This one, these people come out. He gave props to everybody. Footage, people, nets. Footage, people, nets. Footage, people, nets. So
more footage you could show because it was basically just the title screens. I think the only footage
was
we'll get to that in a minute. I guess we get to that in a second. I don't want to bury too much. But I think out of all, like the big thing is seeing Angelina Jolie pop up for Eternals. I was kind of shocked that she would pop up there and stuff because I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I think for seeing Tiana Paris being announced as Monica Rambeau for WandaVision, that was like
pretty dope,
fucking huge. Natalie Portman coming out with Thor. I think that was the one that shocked the shit out of everybody because
I don't know why.
No, but you know what it was?
I don't know why.
There was a lot of stories coming out, and me and Lucas talked about this too. You remember all the stories about Natalie Portman hates the MCU and blah blah blah.
She said she hated her director.
Yeah,
and she said she was never going to do a Thor movie again.
Now, the thing of it is, we were talking about that, and we were kind of like, well, how much of that was true? Because from Lucas' point of view, he felt it was just a situation that she didn't want to be locked down with Marvel because she wanted to do other projects and stuff.
So my friend said that too, and I'm like, you can't. First of all, she's a sub character. So when you talking about lockdown,
you can still be locked down to certain things, whether you're doing bit roles in this movie or
but she's still not going to be the focal point of your advertisement, your marketing, and so forth. So when you talk about but
the thing is, you're still locked down to different pictures to different degrees because they might want to use her in a TV show for some weird reason and stuff. But at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, it is to your point though. She was frustrated with the process, particularly when it came to Thor: Dark World. But I think we all knew the behind-the-scenes story on that one.
Exactly,
it's a movie anyway, so there wasn't nothing much you can sit there and do. And I think you factor in her frustration with that. I don't think she hated Marvel. It was just that movie experience that she had with Thor: Dark World kind of soured her a little bit on just that MCU thing, and she just wanted to bounce for a while. So all the stories about I hate comic books, I was like, I don't think that was true. It was just that experience kind of soured her a little bit, and she just needed a break.
Yeah, my point is that we all know that Marvel has not, especially in like phase 1 and phase 2, when it comes down to the relationships of the main Avengers cast, none of those relationships work. So
they got better with it though. To be fair,
they got what?
They got better with it, but they
but I'm saying for phase 1 and phase 2, the relationships were kind of expendable. Like the people the women that was in these relationships, it didn't matter. And the Age of Ultron made it very clear when they had the parties. That person gone. So like it really didn't matter at that point of where they was at. And then her having real life frustrations with it. Sure, those are real common things. I'm cool with that.
The article, but when she hated it, and I'm like, really?
But when she appeared in Avengers Endgame Endgame, that's solidified it right there. Like it's okay because she's in this movie.
Yeah, I mean I think it was just a surprise that hey, she's going to be Jane Foster Thor, and what was funny to me was just seeing like again the usual reaction like, oh man, it's so forced.
Oh god, like, I'm cool with her being the character. I thought they was going to announce Beta Ray Bill there, so when she came out, I was surprised that they didn't go Beta Ray Bill with this. But the fact that she is doing it, I'm like, okay.
I mean, supposedly they're saving Beta Ray Bill for that Sif spinoff show that's like in development apparently and stuff. So we'll see about that.
Lady Sif show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, supposedly they're doing a Disney Plus surrounding Lady Sif and what happened and why she wasn't in Ragnarok and all that stuff, So
so I've been waiting to talk about this. So
you got it.
Just
go ahead and get your feet wet.
Because the thing is, I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just on the sidelines looking on Twitter. I was like, you know what? It's about to be that time. So I went on Twitter, looked at Farewell, looked at you Niger, and looked at a couple other people. And y'all were like really excited, really hyping it up. And I was like, I'm just going to go live. Like, I was kind of thinking I was going to be talking the whole entire time and just like waiting for each one. The way you put it and phrased it, that it was perfectly paced, was on key. Because every single time I'm sitting there looking at the thing like, oh, snap. I let another be like, oh snap, wait, what? And like, for me to be able to legit react for 58 minutes on nothing but tweets, to me, I give Marvel the next 2 to 3 years they've won it. In my personal opinion, just from this, like, for them to have missed last year and kind of like little fizz the 2 years before that, this was probably one of the best presentations that Hall H has ever had. Because I think, to their credit, I didn't have any preconceived notions of what they were going to show. I had no idea what they were going to actually show, because we had kind of all speculated, like, you know, they could do like the D23 route and have their own little mini D23. I think that, to Chris's credit, he has said that, but we didn't know to the volumes that they would go at, that they would go and mention Eternals and have the whole entire cast up, that they would go and shoot up all the different, you know, Disney Plus shows. And I think that, Kevin Feige, man, I got to give it to him, because even like you said, that Natalie Portman like line, when I saw the picture of Chris Hemsworth, and then I saw your girl up there, and I was like, wait,
that's what Thompson.
What's
You're
going
right.
on?
You're right, my girl. You're right.
Yeah. I mean,
and when she showed up there, and then all of a sudden she kind of made this statement, and I was like, wait, is Natalie Portman down? And then I lost it. I was like, they are really about to go for it. And so, even though they didn't show a whole bunch of like footage for everything, the presentation and, you know, the anticipation of being hyped for Phase 4 that I didn't have any preconceived notions about, to me, that's perfect, bro. Like, you couldn't market it better. And I mean, a lot of people go and call me a DC fan, but I'm a comic book lover, bro. Like, I love when you get something right, when you get characters right, when you push the envelope. And that's what they did. Like, they did it to the utmost. And even down to like having your boy David Harper up there, you know, I think, is he gonna be that alternative Captain America character? What is that dude's name?
Oh, Red Guardian for Russians.
Yeah. Like, I mean, just watching that and kind of like, man, I was not excited for any of this up until this moment. And it's kind of like, it's a bummer, because now I'm like, I wanted to go to D23. And like Saturday is gonna be the biggest day, and when there's not any more tickets for that, we couldn't even get press for that. So it's, either way, I was able to really have an immersion experience. But I think the highlight for me, hands down, and I'm glad you guys have footage of it, is your boy Mahershala showing up, bro. Like, I almost cried.
He walked that walk on stage.
Look, let me tell you.
I almost cried, bro.
Look, let me tell you something. I think Marvel's Phase 4. And I think I said this before too. It is the fact that Phase 4 is really like, they're not leaning heavy on the big three like that. Yeah, you got Thor, Love and Thunder, that's fine, but like, they're really leaning on, hey, this is the next generation of characters that we're going to start pushing at the forefront. We're not going to lean on Tony Stark. We're not going to lean on Steve Rogers. We're not going to lean on Thor. This is who we're leaning on with. Yes, we got Thor, Love and Thunder, cool, but that seemed like that's more Valkyrie and Jane Foster with Thor being there, which is fine, because that's, you get that little trifecta there. You're gonna have a funny movie for the most part and stuff. We'll see how that whole plays out when they actually have a full-blown trailer. But I saw a lot of people say, "Oh, it's not as hype." And I'm like, what? Because you get Hawkeye, which a lot of people were excited because they're actually going to see Ronan back again, what he did, or Falcon Winter Soldier, where we actually get a fully realized Zemo, like I fucking predicted we were going to get. Like, I predicted that shit. I was like, yeah, we're going to get Zemo back. There's no way you don't use that character again.
I mean, it was rumored heavily too, and not the fact too. We get Zemo, but we also get full blown comic book accurate Zemo,
the mask and everything.
Yo, yeah, I popped for that, and not even playing.
My I would say my definite pop was seeing Silent Taskmaster.
Bruh, okay, so check it. They played a clip from Black Widow, because they've been filming for a month, which obviously means they have clips. It's kind of like Infinity War a couple of years back, where they played different beats from Infinity War with, Thanos throwing the moon and stuff. And so they had clips available. They had clips for Black Widow. So the first clip was basically Budapest, Natasha fighting Yelena. And clearly Yelena is kind of her sister in arms, and they kiss and make up afterwards, but they were just fighting and stuff. But they actually showed the trailer, which wouldn't shock me if that's the trailer that they show maybe later this year. wouldn't surprise me.
There'd be a little bit changed. There's a little bit extra dialogue. I'm pretty sure they don't need on there.
Oh yeah. They'll definitely change up some dialogue, but I think that trailer they showed us is going to be a variation that they're going to probably show later this year. But like Sue said, like the highlight of that trailer, because if they didn't show him, I think that trailer would have been lackluster. Again, was Taskmaster. We got full-blooded PS4 Spider-Man Taskmaster. Like, no mask, hoodie, and shield, and all. Like,
yeah, I'm excited for that.
Like when they showed him and he did the photographic reflexes mimicking, the place popped. Like everybody was like, "Oh shit!" Like folks that were like, "I don't know about Black Widow." Oh, you're watching the movie now. Like,
hey, yeah, and I think a lot of narrative was like, where was this movie going to be placed? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that this is going to be in game, but between the 5 years.
No, they said this was taking place after Civil War.
After Civil War?
Yep, directly after Civil War.
So
Civil War. It basically, if I'm really
who said this actually?
They've been saying that for a while. Why you think they're in the trailer? They showed her.
All right, CJ, so I'm gonna call you on your bluff. Then they've been saying this is going to be after Civil War. You were saying it was going to be a different adaptation of Black Widow.
No, but did you see did you see the trailer though when he was talking to Tony and Tony was like, "Yeah, they're going to be coming after you," and you saw it was after Civil War.
Yeah, but those are those are like old clips. I still okay. So what I was thinking is that this was happening. I'm thinking this is happening the 5 years after the snap because of the fact of the matter is she's gone to Budapest, and if I'm not mistaken, that's where Clint was last seen.
Well, what I'm saying is, I think here's what I think, right? And I still hold true to this. I think it's going to be certain things after Civil War. I think you're going to have certain things within that 5 year gap, and as much as they're not telling it, this is setting up either Yelena taking over Black Widow, or there's another surprise in store that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Question, because I ain't see the joint. Right. So if this joint takes place after Civil War, then wouldn't Steve Rogers be a part of the story?
Exactly.
No, it would just be Natasha because basically because you remember Steve is basically on the run breaking people.
Yeah, but they were kind of like
they were together.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is why it makes
business though. It's her business in the aspect. If you saw the trailer, for those so in the trailer. There's other Black Widows that's hunting down Natasha and Yelena. So when you saw a bunch of women out here and Natasha fighting them, and they do clips of them doing parkour, jumping off buildings and flipping and shooting and all that stuff. So clearly, it's something dealing with the Black Widow, the Red Room, or how that whole thing came to be, and the Russians, and like I said, David Harbour being Red Guardian, and that whole thing.
I'll just say, like for starters, like the Black Widow trailer felt like Bourne Ultimatum 100%. And the Taskmaster part is the Marvel part, but I'm curious to see how the movie's going to be done. I can't honestly say that I'm solely invested in it because it does feel like the origin movie that I didn't want to happen because we've already seen this origin movie happen. I'm saying like when it comes, it's not an origin movie, but I'm talking about the premise of the origin movie of the Black Widow and all that other stuff. Just like you say, you talked about the Red Room. Like if we're going back to that, then you're talking origin. Then we've already seen this movie. We've already seen Red Sparrow. We already seen Salt. Like
I think it's the aspect of like that's why I'm trying to ease up on speculating beyond what I already said because the issue also comes into. Once you start speculating, then the frustration starts mounting up.
Yeah, that's same with me. That's why I am on the fact of like I think this is at the 5 year period of her not having really a purpose of anything going on. So she decides to go look for where Clint's at and chasing Ronin and ends up running the Taskmaster. I mean, this makes sense, and I think we're going to break down her psychology as to what really got her to the point of her being the one to make the fall. So yeah, and then her withdrawal at points. I mean, even in Endgame, you see her at points where she just looks like she lost all her importance. And I mean, she verbally said it, but the mindset seemed so drastic for the 5 years. So somebody that was so strictly trained to not show emotion to show emotion. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like they're probably going to do. I will say this about the Marvel panel too. I believe I said this to you guys, but I'll just say it again for the show. Millie Bobby Brown was not on the internal set, and she was rumored to be part of that, and also part of Phase 4 when we were talking about when they were saying when they were about to announce somebody to come on stage when Mahershala Ali came out, I thought that was going to be Keanu Reeves.
And a lot of people did.
I think the Keanu Reeves thing might be still in play, but they're keeping it hush on what it is. Because also, too, remember Kevin Feige at the end was like, hey, I know, guys, we didn't announce, Black Panther 2, which is coming, and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is coming and stuff, which, from my understanding, that's going to be Phase 5, clearly.
Yeah.
But also, too, the fact that, he mentioned mutants, a.k.a. X-Men, and
Fantastic Four.
So he mentioned they're in the pipeline and stuff. It's just, which I'm going to be real, if you know it, I've just finished reading the Neil Gaiman Eternals book. Calling it right now, the Eternals is setting up mutants.
Okay. I mean, it works. Definitely works.
If
it makes sense.
Yeah, if you know anything about the Eternals and the Celestials and all that stuff, setting up mutants. So now the case of how they're going to execute it is what's going to be interesting.
Another thing I'll say too is that I think it's a key note to note that what's happening on the Disney Plus will affect the MCU. So unlike Netflix, where it was a clear divide, which the cancellation of the Netflix shows makes it much more comfortable with storytelling now. Yeah. Stuff that happens on the Disney Plus affects the MCU affects the Disney Plus, which Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is being canceled. I wouldn't be surprised if Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ends up on the Disney Plus, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was the only show that sold effects from or at least mentioned things that happen in the MCU.
I think what I always tell people about the Netflix series is that it was better for them to be part of that world, but not too involved with it. Because much like the comics, you don't want to read a Daredevil book and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I got to read this book because Daredevil teamed up with this person. No, Daredevil was fine on his own. He always dealt with his own problems and stuff. And if he did have to team up with somebody, okay, you read that book. So to me, it was just like this Netflix series. They mentioned the whole thing. Like I said, Jessica Jones, they meant, both past 2 seasons and stuff, they mentioned the whole thing of Raft and them putting all the superhuman power people inside the Raft and stuff. They still mention the whole thing with Luke Cage. So I think what they're doing is they're probably going to use those characters, but we don't know. And we already know that they have ownership of Hulu because Jeff Loeb mentioned the whole aspect that they got stuff down the pipeline for Hulu.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. Like Demetrius had did an interview with Jeff Loeb on the roundtables, and Jeff Loeb basically alluded to how the Ghost Rider character was going to be taken from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but he was going to very much so have his own story.
Still recognize variations of what happened in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Exactly, which is awesome, because then that means that anything could be in play. Like for them to be able to do that, then they could easily go and it's like,
well, they got rid of.
They have a 2-year, right?
Yeah, I think they have 2 years. I mean, they got rid of the people because the issue was Perlmutter and a lot of them and stuff. They got rid of the people that was kind of the middleman and stuff on all the TV stuff. So that's why you're seeing more of the synergy a little bit more on the movie side, maybe because of Disney Plus and stuff. But you're going to probably end up seeing a little bit more synergy with the Hulu stuff in regards to the movies and stuff too as well, because they cut out all the people that were trying to interfere and throw out all these ideas. And it's like, no, let's just do these ideas. Let's do this and stuff. I mean, hell, if you're going to get Elvis Blade, and we don't know, and Blade, if for all my understanding, could be Phase 5, could be Phase 4, depending on what they do, because that's also another thing. They didn't mention Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, I mean, another thing too.
In order for them to do that, in order for them to mention Spider-Man 3, because Far From Home was like the last one on that contract. So
here's the last one actually, technically.
Which one?
Spider-Man 3 is technically the last one under the contract.
I thought the contract was
3 Spider-Man solos, and then the team in the MCU Avenger stuff. That's it.
3 team, yeah.
So he's got one. So he's got one more.
And to your point, Chris, I mean, like, you don't want to mention Spider-Man because you just said that Phase 4 is going to focus on not depending on the heavy name, the heavy hitters. So it's cool. You know what's interesting that Sam just made me think about? So when I was trying to get something on the floor, I went over to Fox to try to get a poster tube, and Fox obviously didn't have any posted tubes left because Sunday, and because I didn't get to go on the floor at all. The thing about Fox is that Fox booth was branded overly heavy as Fox/Hulu.
Mm-hmm. Orville is going to Hulu now, folks.
So, which makes me think, will Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. quietly become a Hulu exclusive come next year?
I could see that happening.
Well, that's dependent on.
I can see that over Disney Plus.
I can put it this way. I can see the way because I mean they're on their last season. They played the trailer. It looks dope. I can see that brand being folded into Disney Plus more than Hulu.
I think Hulu. I think Hulu's going to keep the integrity of shows like Simpsons and Family Guy and all those Fox properties that are not. Put it this way, I'm gonna say Hulu's going to keep their demographics with the more older audience, where Disney Plus is going to have its niche with the kids, Star Wars fans, and the Marvel superhero overly fans, the ones that's just looking for just that content. Hulu's going to be the people that like still the daily televised TV shows, that stuff that just comes on every day, the empires and all that other good stuff, and keeps it at a core and be branded as Disney, but don't make you feel like you're watching cartoon stuff. And again, for us, it's probably hard for us to distinguish because we like all crowds. But I'm pretty sure there's some people that's like, well, I'm not watching this fluffy stuff because it's Disney, and it might hurt some of their shows. Like, could you imagine Disney presents Simpsons and thinking how that may portray a franchise been around for what, 25 plus years? I think can't remember what season.
30, nearly 30 years.
Yeah.
Dang. So wait.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, you remember when Donald Glover pitched that Deadpool show?
FX. Yeah.
So because FX has been absorbed into Disney, he's already technically on 2 different IPs for Disney. I mean, couldn't he reposition that for Hulu?
Probably could.
I'm just saying, like, if I was him and if I was Disney, I was like, you know what? Like, well, we want to bring our interpretation of what we want to do with Deadpool. Like, we want to see what you got and move from there. I think that would be dope. Man. I think that'd be so dope. I was actually waiting for that.
Shout outs to Brian Tyree Henry in Eternals. Shout outs to him.
Oh yeah, he living his best life, bro. He's in everything.
Oh yeah, Paperboy out here doing his thing. I'm telling you, that's the man right there. I don't know what his real name is, even though y'all just said it, and I really do know what it is. But Paperboy is the man.
We're getting that paper, boy.
I think we'll get the Mahershala Ali. Shang-Chi and Mandarin in the 10 Rings. Did not see that coming.
Why?
I'm glad they did it.
I wasn't expecting that when they said they were doing a Shang-Chi movie. A lot of folks were like, "Okay, who is he going to be fighting?" Because we thought, okay, maybe they were going to like posit it to where they were going to use the Iron Fist villain, or they were going to do something else. So when they sat there and was like, "Oh, we're going to do the 10 Rings in Mandarin," I was like, "Oh shit!"
That is so weird that we see like we're on 2 different spectrums of like news. Like I've been heard that. Like it's super obvious that they were going to go that way.
But let's be real. There's a difference between rumors, which we all know when it comes to Marvel rumors, it turns out to be bullshit 9 times out of 10. So I didn't buy it until it was like, "Oh, we're doing the 10 Rings." And I was like, "Okay."
Shout out to that. Like I was gonna say, shout out to that fake Phase 4 panel that was floating all over the internet.
Bro, I'm sitting there like, yo, what was the point?
Probably my favorite one. My favorite one was Venom versus Spider-Man.
Like, out of here on that one. But yeah, Tony Leung and I think me and Pseudo, that guy, man.
Dude, I got a collection of that guy's movies.
That man is going
He's
to
a great actor,
and I'm like, yes.
You know what I was thinking, and I need to think of his name real quick. What's his name from the raid? And
what do they play Mad Dog?
Who?
Do they play Mad Dog?
No.
You talking about Eco?
Eco, thank you. If Eco English was a little bit better, it's drastically getting good.
It is.
That was his road to take easily.
Oh yeah, I mean
easily.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Young, and got a core fan base coming over with it. Established
Mortal
project.
Kombat movie still coming though.
Yeah,
I can already see. You know what? With that Mortal Kombat movie, I can see him. I can see him.
Not much dialogue coming from him in that.
Not much dialogue, but I mean, just have him. Just to have him do stuff like action wise. I can see him tearing it up. I can see Tony Jaa tearing it up.
Yeah.
So if Iko English is a little bit better, I think he would have been in the MCU. He would have been the first person we would have seen on that stage this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because wasn't he in? He was in what Star Wars movie was it?
Bro, he got
Force Awakens, right?
Yeah, with no action. I can't even believe you mentioned that.
No, I would say Stuber because I heard everybody was saying Iko was actually pretty good in Stuber.
Oh yeah. He was good in Stuber, but yeah, Star Wars, zero action. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I mean, you know what it sucked about Star Wars is that, like, as per usual of these movies and stuff, you read the novel, there's so much backstory on the Ray dude's characters. And I'm just sitting back like
the casting for the position that was supposed to be in was a complete, utterly disappointment.
Like, I get why they did it, but it was like you can't
get why they did what? Not let them fight?
No. What I'm saying is, I get why you want to hype up them being in the movie, but my problem was, if you're gonna hype them up, have them do something.
Zero excuse. Exactly. You don't hype them unless you letting them do what they do.
Again, I feel they hyped it, and it was like, if you're going like kick Han Solo in the face or something. I mean,
exactly. Or kick those worms or anything. They ran really fast. Good for them.
Yeah, that's it. But whatever. I mean, like I said, I'm thinking Shang-Chi. That's going to be like huge.
Yeah,
China easily. I can see that happening and stuff. But yeah, dog. Let me ask y'all this. So Mahershala comes out there.
Go
ahead.
Nah, I was just losing it for a second.
Yeah. So Mahershala comes out. So let me ask you this, mainly for Sue and Najir. Did you assume like me that he might be like a secret character in like the Eternals or something like that, or the other movies, or did you predict Blade when he popped the hat?
I'll go. Hold on.
No, I didn't predict Blade.
No, I'll answer that.
Didn't predict Blade at all.
Before you
hold on, did I predict that he was going to be Blade? No, I had no idea that Marvel and Disney were just going to drop Blade on us like that. I had a feeling that they were going to bring him out, and this is just me just thinking off of just something silly that, like, were we going to get some sort of Cottonmouth origin movie?
Look, I see. I'll say this, CJ. You had no time to react. you made an announcement. He came out in 3 seconds.
These Eternals or something like that.
Yeah, there was no time for a reaction. When I was like, I was thinking of the accolades. I was like, 2-time Emmy Award winner. I was like, what the hell they talking about? And I ain't going to even lie. That was the type of announcement that they gave Chadwick Boseman as far as like when they introduced him. They said his accolades and then he came out. So like it was so swift that I could not think, like, who's even on par that fast? And once I wanted to think Keanu Reeves, he was already on stage. I was like, oh, boy. I was like, I have zero clue where they're going with this. And they didn't even leave you no time. That's why I was so crazy, because as soon as they said he brought his own hat, first of all, I saw him with a hat.
And I was for Eternals or some shit like, oh, he got Eternals hat. Oh, cool, dope.
I mean, to be honest, like retrospect, I thought he was just gonna be in Black Widow because it was all about Black Widow and they brought him out.
Shit.
Yeah, but at that point, it was too late, and it was like he brought his own hat, showed the scream, and that was all they wrote.
I got a video that I put up on our channel and stuff of like the other side of it, like when it's calmed down. It's like Mahershala Ali comes out and we're like, oh shit, Mahershala's in MCU. And like you said, you wonder what it is. Maybe he's in Black Widow or some shit. And it's like Blade.
I do. I also want to point out one other thing. Like, I definitely want to point out shout outs to Wesley Snipes for being a complete class act and telling his diehard fans, chill.
Basically, shut the fuck up.
Basically. I mean, he's like, yo, I was like, look, I get y'all. Like, look, I get how everybody's feeling. Passions are running high right now. Chill.
AKA Wesley has a part in that movie. That's why he's telling everybody.
Exactly.
Man, he's definitely in that movie because they had already said that they were having discussions about him like a year ago.
And that's a good point, and it's probably something we need to wrap up on before this goes too long. Like, just because Mahershala is in this movie, they didn't confirm her as Blade.
Right. He's not confirming Blade.
Yeah. They signed a big name and attached them to a project. So who knows where this can go? I'm not totally sold that he is Blade. He can be Blade, but hell, he can damn sure be a villain. And I would be 100% cool with that. And who knows? Maybe Wesley comes back. I mean, Wesley's on raps. Wesley's not hating. He's giving props. Most time, people who play the good Samaritan role, that's because they're trying to hide a secret.
Hey,
yep.
Real talk. I'm calling it right here. So you remember a while back, Marvel was going to do a comic about Blade's daughter. What if that's it?
What you mean?
So
a
while back, when Marvel in the comics they were trying to revamp Blade, they were going to do a Blade solo series that was going to involve Blade and his daughter, and it never really happened and stuff. So a lot of folks, predictably so, they was like, "Man, wouldn't it be dope if we get a Blade TV show or a Blade movie and start his daughter and stuff? What if this is it?"
I'd be interested to see.
Y'all were saying the aspect of they never said he was Blade, and also too, the funny part is, folks forget the conversation that happened. He called Feige and was like, "Yo, I want to do something with Marvel." Feige went to him and he was like, "Yeah, Blade," and Feige was like, "All right, cool."
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? All right. So any closing remarks? Because we about an hour and a half in here. So any other remarks of anything for this weekend?
I mean, it was great. It was fun. I'm taking a break.
It was fun. Like it was like crazy fun. I will be back for SDCC 2020.
Yeah, definitely. So
I'm just highly appreciative and proud, legitimately, for my team and for you guys too, man. Like I think honestly, we all represented the East Coast, you know what I'm saying, well. Like we all had each other's back. We all, I mean, whether it be online, whether it be vocally, whether it be person to person, like we took care of each other. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we brought to San Diego Comic-Con. And we do it each year, but I think this was really big. I will be making my return 2020, hopefully stronger and bigger than ever. But I will be doing more of a Professor X kind of role. I'm going to be more in the press room more than I've ever been, because I see the benefits of being able to kind of get stuff outsourced and kind of taking a step back instead of being on the run so much, like kind of like getting stuff acclimated. So, but nah, I thought it was a great Comic-Con, even though I wasn't there.
yeah.
I find it funny you say that, Sam, because for each of us that are announcing, yeah, we're gonna be back for 2020. We just need that. We need that credits that they do in the MCU. Like Sam will return for San Diego Comic-Con 2020.
Oh man.
Like Nigel, I know you coming back.
I will return for Comic-Con 2020.
I'm just
I just lost my last life. Please continue. Quarters entered.
Yeah, you know what? Also, too, shout outs to Demetrius. He had a blast and stuff. He definitely looked like a kid in the candy store. I gotta, it was fun watching him just kind of like take it all in and get his He-Man out there and have Ming-Na oogling him during the interview. That was funny to watch from a distance. Because Ming-Na really thought nobody was looking. I'm like, come on, Ming-Na, we see you staring right at him, right next to you. So,
also, shout out to Demetrius taking the worst flight ever immediately after Hall H panel.
Oh yeah, he had 3 hours to get back to the hotel, pack, and get to the airport.
That's what matters.
Also,
made it home. So,
also shout outs to all of us for being on the press line. We were all helping each other out with cameras and lights and stuff. Like I think I had to hold the camera for Nigel at one point. I had to have somebody help out me and Chris over here. It was fun. It was fun.
Good times. Yeah. All right. Well, I think it's time for us to sign out because it's kind of running out of time. So this is our recap video for San Diego Comic-Con 2019, the 50th year anniversary. the ups and downs, the goods, the bads, the fun, all that other good stuff. So yeah, you know that everybody that participated, all the information is in the description. So no need to plug it. Just go ahead and click. You can check out all the interviews, press work that was done this weekend. Tons of cool exclusive stuff. So have fun with that.
Also, shout outs to being there right at the end. Me and Eris being there right at the end of San Diego Comic-Con and seeing them break down everything. Them people are miracle workers.
Like, bro, the most.
How were you left Sunday morning? How'd you see that?
No, I left Monday.
No, he left Monday morning.
Monday morning. Yeah. Oh, you mean at the, okay.
on Sunday?
Yeah. I was gonna say, Nigel, it's a tradition for me every Comic-Con to be inside the exhibit hall when they shut down, because they make the announcement once it's over. Everybody's clapping and cheering, and the second they get done clapping, the lights shut off, the AC shuts off, everything is
AC
off.
was never on. AC was never on.
So you think it was? It's just all the bodies in there. So
yeah.
But anyway.
All right. Well, we out.
Yep.
Peace out, everybody. Thank y'all for listening. And
last while, Google Hangouts.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Google Hangouts, man. It's been good.
Pour one out.